Good morning to all of you. Welcome you all in my class. Today I will discuss about transportation problem part 1 from the subject operation research. Myself Irana, Assistant Professor of Department of Computer Science and Engineering from JIS College of Engineering. This is my office address, JIS College of Engineering, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Block A, Phase 3, Kollani, Nodia, pin 741235. This is my contact number 9475697514. These are my email addresses ira.nath@gmail.com and ira.nath@jscollege.ac.in. The syllabus is available in. Now the title of the paper is Operation Research Code CS 505A. Credit 3, contacts 3 lecture per hour. What are the prerequisites to learn the subject operation research? You have to know the basic knowledge of matrix, how to plot of equation and inequation, formulation of mathematical. What are the course objective of this subject? The course objective of this subject is to develop mathematical model. The second course objective is analyze the model using the techniques of operation research, and third course objective is decision making under uncertainty and risk. Now what are the course outcome? After completion of the course, student would be able to recall the distinctive characteristics of different types of decision making problem, to formulate and solve a real world problem, and develop a prototype of mathematical model. The second course outcome is after completion of the course, student would be able to understand the theoretical workings of appropriate decision making approaches and tools to identify the optimal strategy in competitive world. The third course outcome is after completion of the course, student would be able to apply the principles of different methods or model of operation research to solve practical problems. Today we will discuss the following topics: basic knowledge of transportation problem, mathematical formulation of transportation problem, some definition we will discuss today, and the methods to find out the initial basic feasible solution. That is, three methods are there: northwest corner method, least cost method, and the Vogel's approximation method. Today I will discuss only one method, that is northwest corner method, to find out the initial basic feasible solution of one transportation problem. Now, what is the basic knowledge of transportation problem? The transportation problem is one of the subclass of LPPs. In this problem, the objective is to transport various quantities of a single homogeneous commodity that are initially stored at various origins to different destinations in such a way that the transportation cost will be minimum. So the objective of this transportation problem is we must know the amount and location of the available supplies and quantities demanded. So to achieve this objective, we have to know the amount and location of available supplies and quantities demanded. We must know the cost that result from transporting one unit of commodity from various origins to various destinations. Now a transportation problem is completely defined by a table of the following type. So in this table, see here the demand O1, O2, demand D1, D2, D3 up to Dn is there, and here the capacities are already given, and here the O1, O2, O3, these are the origins, and the statements of the problem is as follows. Consider a transportation problem with M origins O1, O2, O3. These are the M origins, and we have represented this M origins row wise, and N destinations are there. We have represented this by columns. So D1, D2, D3, D4, these are the destinations basically. So let Cij be the cost of transporting one unit of product from the ith origin to jth destination. I am repeating the Cij, this term, that is C11, this representing the cost of transporting one unit of product from O1 origin to D1 destination. What do you mean by C23? C23 means what is the transportation cost of 1 unit of product from the O2 origin to the D3 destination. Okay, so CIJ is basically the cost of transporting 1 unit of product from the ith origin to jth destination. Now what is AI? AI is the quantity of commodity available at origin I. What is BJ? BJ is the quantity of commodity needed at destination J. And Xij denotes the Xij basically denotes the quantity transported from ith origin to jth destination. Now, how can we formulate the mathematical model of transportation problem? The statement of the problem is as follows. Consider a transportation problem with M origins and N destination. Let Cij be the cost of transporting 1 unit of product from the ith origin to j destination. Ai is the quantity of the commodity available at origin I, and Bj is the quantity of commodity needed at destination J. Now what is Xij? Xij is the quantity transported from ith origin to jth destination. So the linear programming model representing the transportation problem is given by maximize z equal to, that is this is related with the profit. So always the profit will be we have to maximize the profit. So maximize z equal to summation I equal to 1 to m and summation j equal to 1 to n Cij Xij. Where Cij is the cost of transporting 1 unit of product from the ith origin to jth destination, and Xij is the quantity transported from ith origin to jth destination. So what will be the constant for this? Summation of j equal to 1 to n, Xij equal to ai, where I is ranging from 1 to up to m. Row sum, and summation I equal to 1 to m Xij equal to bj, where j is ranging from 1 to n, that is column sum, and all the Xij values will be greater than equal to 0 for all I and j. So this is the mathematical model. So how can we say the transportation table is balanced? So summation of I equal to 1 to m ai equal to summation of j equal to 1 to n bj. If the total supply is equal to the total demand of one transportation table, then we can say the transportation table is balanced. So this is all about the mathematical model of transportation problem. Now I will discuss about some basic definition. Now what is feasible solution of a transportation problem? A set of non-negative allocation, that is Xij greater than or equal to 0, which satisfies the row and column sum, that is RIM requirement, is called a feasible solution. Basic feasible solution. A basic feasible solution is called a feasible solution is called a basic feasible solution if the number of non-negative allocations is equal to m plus n minus 1, where m is the number of rows and n is the number of columns in a transportation table. What is non-degenerate basic feasible solution? Any feasible solution to a transportation problem containing m origins and n destination is said to be non-degenerate if it contains m plus n minus 1, where m is the number of rows and n is the number of columns of the transportation problem, and a occupied cell, and each allocation is in independent position. So we have the question in our mind, what do we mean by independent position? The allocations are said to be in independent position if it is impossible to form a closed path. So closed path means by allowing horizontal and vertical lines and all corner cells are occupied. So these are the not independent position in this figure, because in not independent position means one closed loop can be formed using the star, and here this is the independent position, that is no closed loop can be formed covering all the stars. Now, what is degenerate basic feasible solution? If a basic feasible solution contains less than m plus n minus 1 non-negative allocation, it is said to be degenerate. I am repeating, if a basic feasible solution contains less than m plus n minus 1 non-negative allocations, it is said to be degenerate. M is the number of rows and n is the number of columns of the transportation problem. What is optimal solution? Optimal solution is a feasible solution, not necessarily basic, which minimizes the total cost. Okay, so the solution of the transportation problem can be obtained in two stages. One is initial basic feasible solution and second is optimal solution. So to get the initial basic feasible solution, one of the three methods we can apply, that is northwest corner method, least cost method and Vogel's approximation method or VAM. So among these three methods, VAM is preferred over the other two methods, since the initial basic feasible solution obtained by this method is either optimal or very close to the optimal solution. Now, how can we convert the one unbalanced transportation problem into balanced one? So this is one transportation table. We know the summation of AI. So all the supply value we are adding. So these values are 30 plus 50 plus 20. So this is 100. And the summation of BJ, that is 20 plus 40 plus 30 plus 10. This is also 100. So the transportation table is balanced. In the second table, we are saying that summation of AI equal to 90 and summation of BJ equal to 100. So these are not equal, that is summation of BJ are greater than summation of AI. So this table is unbalanced. So before applying any of the method to get the initial basic feasible solution, first condition is we have to check whether the transportation table is balanced or not. Or if it is unbalanced, so our first task we have to do, convert it into balanced, and then we can apply any of the method. So first case is AI less than equal to summation of AI less than equal to summation of BJ. So for this situation, we have to convert it into balanced one, we have to add the dummy row. So we have added here the one dummy row, that is O4. Here the value in each of the cell in the transportation table of O4, we have written 0000, and the value of the AI, this will be summation of BJ minus summation of AI, that is 100 minus 90, this is 10. So you see that after adding the dummy row, summation of AI is 30 plus 50 plus 10 plus 10, this is also 100, and summation of BJ is also 20 plus 40 plus 30 plus 10, this is also 100. So both are equal. That means this is now converted into balanced one. The second case is summation of BJ may be less than equal to summation of AI. So summation of AI, you see here, summation of AI is here 30 plus 50, that is 80, 80 plus 40, so 120. And here BJ equal to 20 plus 40, 60, 60, 90 and 10, 100. So obviously summation of AI here greater than summation of BJ. So for this type of case, to convert into balanced one, we have to do what? We have to add dummy column. Okay, and dummy column we have to add, and here in the dummy column all the cell value will be 0, and in BJ cell we have to write here summation of AI minus summation of BJ. So this value will be 120 minus 100, this is 20. So after adding this dummy column, you see summation of AI equal to summation of BJ. So this is now balanced one. So after, if any transportation table is unbalanced, we have to convert it into balanced one, and then we can apply the initial basic feasible solution. Now first of all, the northwest corner method I am describing. I have already told you earlier, that is, this is one method to find out the initial basic feasible solution. So one problem I have taken here, determine an initial basic feasible solution to the following transportation problem using northwest corner method. Okay, so one table I have taken here. First of all, we are checking this is balanced or not. So we are seeing here summation of AI equal to summation of Bj, because both the summation values are 100. So our decision is the transportation table is balanced. So we start with the topmost left corner of the following table, northwest cell, and allocate maximum units possible there. That is for the this cell O1 D1 cell, the supply value is 30 and demand value is 20. So between these two value, which one is minimum? 30 and 20. This value minimum value is 20, so we have to allocate here 20. Okay, as we have allocated here 20, so the Bj value will be now for D1 column 20 minus 20, this is 0, and the in O1 cell the AI value will be 30 minus 20, this will be 10. Okay, so what will be the new table? This will be the new table. In this table, again we are selecting the northwest corner cell, and the northwest corner cell is O1 D2 cell. So in O1 D2 cell, here we see that the supply value is 10 and demand value is 40. Okay, so supply value is 10 and demand value is 40. Between these two, the minimum value is 10. So we allocate here 10. So as we allocate here 10, obviously the O1 column will be deleted, because 10 minus 10, the new supply value is 0 and new demand value is 40 minus 10 equal to 30. So in this way we proceed and we get the next table. So in this next table, the northwest corner cell is O2 D2. So in this cell, supply value is 30 and demand value, supply value is 50 and demand value is 30. Between these two, 30 is minimum, so we allocate 30 here, and so the new demand value is 30 minus 30 is 0, and the supply value is 50 minus 30, this will be 20. So as the supply value is 0, so this column D2 will be deleted. So in this new table, the supply value is 20 and demand value is 30. So here between 20 and 30, 20 is minimum, allocate here 30, 20. So in this way we put it, and we get this allocated cell last of all. So how can we determine the initial basic feasible solution using this? So these are the allocated cell. X11 cell, the allocation is 20. X12 cell, the allocation is 10. X22 cell, the allocation is 30. X23 cell, the allocation is 20. 23 cell, the 23 cell allocation is 20, and 33 cell the allocation is 10, and X34 cell the allocation is 10. So how can we get the total cost? Here the total cost will be 20 minus 2 plus 10 into 1, that is the Cij into Xij value. Okay, so Cij and Xij value for all the allocated cell we have to calculate and add it. So 20 minus 2, this value is 40, 10 into 1 plus 30 into 5 plus 20 into 1 plus 10 into 3 plus 10 into 8. So total value will be 330. So this is all about the northwest. So these are the summary of today's lecture: basic knowledge of transportation problem, mathematical formulation, some definitions, methods to find out initial basic feasible solution, that is northwest corner method we have discussed today. So these are the books you can follow: Operation Research by A.M. Natarajan, P. Bala Subramani, and A. Tamila Rashi, Pearson Education. Operation Research by Kanti Swarup and P.K. Manmohan, Sultan Chand and Sons. Operation Research, Linear Programming and Theory of Games by Ghosh and Chakraborty, Central Book Agency. Linear Programming and Theory of Games by P.K. Karan, ABS Publishing House. Operation Research D.K. Jana and T.K. Roy, Chaya Prakashani Private Limited. Operation Research Kalavati, Bikash. Operation Research Hamdiye Taha, PHI or PRC. So this is the end of my lecture. Thank you for watching.